I Wish for You by James N. Watkins. I wish you truth for your decisions. I wish you doubts to make you sure. I wish you fear to give you caution. I wish you courage to keep you pure. But beyond these hopes and wishes, one prayer soars high above. I wish for you, my graduate, faith, hope, and love. I wish defeats to make you humble. I wish success to let you soar. I wish you tears to make you tender. I wish you joy and so much more. Excuse me. For beyond these hopes and wishes, one prayer soars high above. I wish for you, my graduate, faith, hope, and love. So as you stand and face tomorrow, when life gets rough and tough, there's someone who believes in you with faith, hope, and love. So I wish for you, my graduate, faith, hope, and love. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Please remain standing for our national anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home
Please be seated. I declare the 125th commencement of the University of Maine at Fort Kent to be convened. It is with great pleasure that I welcome the graduating class of 2007. Welcome as well to the parents, family, and friends. Graduation is an important, hopeful, joyful, and sometimes scary time of transition. We gather here today to celebrate the accomplishments of our students and to wish them every success in the future. Before we proceed, I would like to take a moment to introduce the platform party. I ask that they stand as their names are called and remain standing, and I ask you, the audience, to please hold your applause until all have been introduced. It is my pleasure to begin with Mr. Donatus Dani Samila, Student Senate President, Class of 2007. Mr. Raymond Finney, President of the UMFK Alumni Association, Class of 2001. Dr. Fern Desjardins, Vice President of the UMFK Board of Visitors, Class of 1974, and Superintendent of Maine School Administrative District number 33. Mrs. Byrne Michaud, President of the UMFK Foundation. Mr. John D. Murphy, Vice President for Administration, Class of 1975 and 1981. Professor Charles E. Klosser, Faculty Marshal, Professor of Oral Communications and Performing Arts. Professor Roger Parody, Mace Bearer, Professor of History and Senior Professor. Dr. Bruno Hicks, Chair, Education Division, Associate Professor of Education and Environmental Studies, Class of 1980 and 1981. Dr. Raymond Albert, Chair, Natural and Behavioral Sciences Division, Professor of Computer Science, Class of 1983. Mrs. Erin Susi, Director of Nursing, Instructor in Nursing, Class of 1995. Dr. Scott Brickman, Chair of the Arts and Humanities Division, Associate Professor of Music and Education. Mrs. Tamara J. Mitchell, Executive Director of Human Resources and Affirmative Action. Mr. Joseph B. Zubrick, Chair of the Faculty, Associate Professor of Oral Communications and Theater. Mr. Scott A. Voisin, Director of Student Affairs, Class of 1994. Dean Sharon M. Johnson, Dean of Information Sciences. Notre bon ami, Dr. Lise Caron, Dean of Forestry of the University of Moncton at Edmundston. Mr. E. Daniel Nicholas, Distinguished Service Award recipient. Dr. Rachel E. Albert, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the Faculty, Class of 1985. Reverend John Woodward, Pastor, Christ Congregational Church. The Honorable John L. Martin, State Senator, Executive Assistant to the President, Assistant Professor of Political Science. Trustee Charles O'Leary of the University of Maine System, and Mr. Norman L. Fournier, Executive Director for Fish River Rural Health, Class of 1967, honorary degree recipient, and our commencement speaker this afternoon. Now, may we have a round of applause for the platform party. It is also my pleasure to recognize Monsieur Liu Lang, Mayor of our community next door, the town of Clare, New Brunswick, Canada. May I ask the faculty and staff and administration of the University of Maine at Fort Kent to please rise. There are many large, prestigious institutions of higher education in this country that wish they had staff and faculty members as expert and as caring as the people who work and teach here. We are first and foremost a teaching institution, and the people who work at UMFK care about education, put students first, and care deeply about their disciplines and their professions. These people have worked extraordinarily hard to make your time at UMFK a true learning experience. Please join me in a round of applause for our faculty and staff. I now call upon the Honorable John L. Martin, State Senator, to bring greetings to this commencement from the state of Maine.
Thank you, Mr. President, the platform guests, to the graduates, and to all the friends that are here today. On behalf of the Maine Legislature and on behalf of Governor John Baldacci, it is my pleasure to be with you today as you enter your next step of your life. We hope that the education that you received at the University of Maine at Fort Kent, in part sponsored by the state of Maine, has given you an introduction to the whole world of learning and skills that will help you to learn about the world and allow you to use your knowledge to the best of your ability. The future success will surely be based on continued learning. The education you've received from this institution has prepared you to enter the next step of your educational career. I hope that you will get involved in the political world, partisan or not, because you need to remember that if you do not, someone will. And just maybe, the views that they have may be different than the views that you have. Just remember that some of the leaders of the past and present, and ask yourself if you could do no better or no worse. We ask you the best, that you do the best, and we wish you the best, that you visit UMFK often, because you need not ever forget us. We will never forget you. Some of you might point out more than others. And we certainly wish you the best as you leave here today. If you need our help, please come back and ask. Godspeed and good luck.
Thank you, Senator. It is my special pleasure to introduce Mr. Charles O'Leary, trustee of the University of Maine System. Trustee O'Leary started his career as a history teacher at Winslow High School and Thomas College in Waterville, down in the other Maine. He is best known for his 20 years of service to the working people of Maine as president of the AFL-CIO, a position he served from 1979 until 1999. His work on behalf of education was recognized in 1977 when then President Carter appointed him to the National Advisory Committee on Continuing Education. Trustee O'Leary continues to work on behalf of education and the well-being of Maine children through his membership on the board of the Maine Children's Alliance. Trustee O'Leary, welcome to UMFK.
Thank you, President Cost. faculty, students, distinguished guests, but most of all, this graduating class, class of 2007. It is always a joy to come to the St. John Valley and to Fort Kent. But it is a special pleasure today to share with you in this grand celebration of your success. And on behalf of the board of the University of Maine system, let me offer their congratulations and mine for your fine work at this fine institution. The university system trustees are a voluntary body. The remuneration we receive is mostly in terms of food. But our great remuneration comes from the success of its students, and particularly from the success of the campuses and the wonderful work that the teachers and administrators in this system do. And you are in good hands at the University of Maine at Fort Kent. We are tremendously proud of this institution and of the work they are doing and continue to do. If I could ask one thing of the graduates, it would be, don't forget the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Try to give something back. Time, money, time. But support your institution and particularly tell people of the success that you have had here and the pride that you share with us, all of us, in the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Best wishes for continued success in the future.
Thank you, Trustee O'Leary. I now call upon Mr. Ray Finney, President of the UMFK Alumni Association, to bring greetings to the class of 2007 and to welcome them into the Alumni Association.
Thank you, Dr. Cost. Good afternoon and welcome. It is with the greatest honor and pleasure that I welcome the graduates of 2007 as the newest 301 alumni during this, our 75th anniversary of the UMFK Alumni Association. You have spent the past couple of years learning and fine-tuning your skills, and today you enter the ever-growing family of highly educated people. We have been very fortunate to have been taught high standards of education in a small class setting. As part of this family, we do have expectations. Just as my mom reminds me every time I call, just because you live in a different country doesn't mean I don't want to know what you're doing. So keep us updated on your progress and accomplishments, and we love pictures of new additions to our ever-growing family. Let us know where you are. If you haven't changed your address on DSIS before you leave today, do it now. And we will keep you updated on everything that's going on at your home, UMFK, with our installments of the UMFK newsletter of the Bell Tower. As always, you are welcome to come and visit. Come to Campus Days is coming up soon in September, and there is always plenty to do for people of all ages. The food is always good, the entertainment superb, and reminiscing with old friends can't be beat. But also, please remember, love what you do for work, and you will always succeed. Miracles happen every day. Winter gives way to spring, even in Fort Kent. Technology is constantly leaping forward, and life renews itself in the smiles of a small child. Learning never ends. Smiles are contagious. In a world that is ravaged by war and turmoil, be a positive beacon for those around you. And last but not least, if you should cry while remembering the good times that you have had, or as you say goodbye to friends as they start new adventures, please think of this quote that a fellow staff member told me. Don't cry because it's over, cry because it happened.
Thank you, Ray. I now invite Professor Joseph B. Zubrick, Associate Professor of Oral Communications and Theater, and this year's Chair of the Faculty, to bring greetings from the faculty to the class of 2007.
Trustee O'Leary, President Cost, faculty and staff, family and friends of our graduates, and the University of Maine at Fort Kent graduating class of 2007. I bring you greetings and congratulations from the faculty of the university who have had the great pleasure of guiding your instruction over the past few years. You have taught us much as well. William Butler Yeats said, "Education is not the filling of a pail, but the starting of a fire." Our success and yours is evident in the fire we can all see in your eyes, in the passion you've brought to your accomplishments. The University of Maine at Fort Kent carries on the proud tradition of liberal arts education. William Cronin, describing the attributes of liberally educated persons in an article for the American Scholar, said, "They listen and they hear. They read and they understand. They can talk with anyone. They can write clearly and persuasively and movingly. They can solve a wide variety of puzzles and problems. They respect rigor, not so much for its own sake, but as a way of seeing truth. They practice humility, tolerance, and self-criticism. They understand how to get things done in the world. They nurture and empower the people around them, and they follow E.M. Forster's injunction from Howard's End, only connect." Remember these lessons as you go forth with your lives. Congratulations and thank you for the opportunity of working with you.
The University of Maine at Fort Kent is pleased and proud to present each year an award for extraordinary service to this institution or to our community. This year, we are pleased to present this award to Mr. Danny Nicholas. The University of Maine at Fort Kent honors E. Daniel Nicholas. Born in Lincoln, Maine, you came to Fort Kent in 1954 when you were 8 years old. Graduating from Fort Kent Community High School in 1964, you listed in the United States Marine Corps and served for 3 years. Returning to Fort Kent in 1967, you joined Maine Public Service Company, became a lineman, and have always been on the job restoring and maintaining service to the people of this region, whatever the emergency, whatever the weather. At the same time, you have dedicated countless hours performing important volunteer work in the community, providing leadership and dependable, skilled work for a wide variety of organizations and activities. You currently serve as Interim Grand Chief of the Maliseet First Nation, with members throughout Canada and the United States. You chair the Fort Kent Planning Board, on which you served from 1971 until 1992, and again from 2002 through the present. You are president of the Upper St. John Land Trust. You served on the St. John Valley Vocational Board, including a term as chairman, SAD number 27 School Board, also as chairman, the Can-Am Board, Fort Kent Utility District Board, co-founder of WFKT, member of the Fort Kent Historical Society, and you were active with the JCs for more than 10 years, serving as local president and a state director. From 1981 until 1986, you were the director of civil defense in Fort Kent during a time that floods created true emergencies for this community, culminating in the creation of the dike, which ended those very serious problems for this town. You dedicated 25 years to scouting, and for the last 30 years, you've been involved with the Lonesome Pines ski area as director, president, and treasurer, as well as jack of all trades at the site. You have truly been a vital engine in this little town that could. always ready to lend a hand or step up and chair a board or committee. In so doing, you have improved the quality of life for all who live in this valley. For your many substantial contributions to this community, we confer this award with our heartfelt thanks for your efforts, leadership, and public service. I'm also pleased to present Mr. Nicholas with a document from the members of the Senate and the House of Representatives. I will not read the full inscription because it'll sound very similar to what we've already said about Danny, but it also expresses on behalf of our state legislature the good feelings and appreciation we have for all that you do. I now invite the 2007 senior class president, Sherry Clavette, to come forward to address her colleagues in the senior class. Sherry has been a very active and helpful leader of this class. She has represented you extremely well on the UMFK Foundation and many other committees, has attended numerous meetings and events as your representative. Sherry.
Good afternoon, President, faculty, distinguished guests, fellow graduates in the Fort Kent and surrounding communities at large. And thank you for being here today to help us celebrate this momentous occasion in our lives. It truly gives me great pleasure to be here before you all today. I sat and pondered many a moment as I thought of what I would talk about that would be both captivating and meaningful today. And I began to think of common themes that we, being both graduates and human beings, could take with us throughout our lives. It was then that I realized that as teachers and professionals in healthcare and otherwise, business associates and entrepreneurs, and even as nurses or workers in the forestry domain, we would all be tied by a common theme, that of passion for what we are working on and the dreams we would be creating along the way. So today I speak of two things, that of passion, and in my view, its direct opposite, that of apathy. As students, we have learned along the way to work hard and even harder. And even when we thought we could give no more, we found just a little bit more to give. This is because we had the passion to finish what we started. It is so easy to lose that passion for what one loves. Every day we are bombarded with the pain and suffering that many others in our world have had to face. Some of you today may already be familiar with some of these issues on a first-hand basis. I call upon you all to reach inside yourselves in those moments where it seems near impossible, in those moments where you would otherwise give up, and just know that you can give that one extra piece, and that you can show exactly how passionate you are. We are a strong unit here at UMFK. Much like a family, one merely needs to walk in the hall, and quite often someone will know your name, or you can bet that you will be able to identify the faculty or the supportive personnel, even if they are not from your own department. We often help a friend in need without prompts. We have a name here on campus. We have a name when we leave it as well. We know that far too often this world has shown apathy. We know of the hardships that have been experienced by many, whether it be due to illness, natural disasters, or otherwise. Because we come from a hearty UMFK family, we will be strong when faced with these situations. We truly belong, and in many ways we own this family of ours. And as such, we can be passionate about what experiences lay before us, before all of us. Much like we are passionate about the people and things we love, we also must show passion about what direction we want our world to be headed in. We have learned this in our strong foundation during our college career. Take it upon yourself to leave your mark in this world. Many of you are destined for great things. I know this, as I have been blessed to have had the opportunity to meet many of you personally. There has not been a finer moment for me than to stand before you today and see the wondrous sea of faces before me that hold such promise and such strength. In conclusion, I wondered how I could end this talk with a message that all would hear and hopefully relate to. I came across this speech and it popped out at me and I knew it would be right. I think Nelson Mandela said it best in his 1994 inaugural speech when he shared the following: our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightening about shrinking so that other people won't feel unsure around you. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within all of us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Liberate yourselves, dear graduates, and be the brilliant, shining, and fabulous individuals that you are truly meant to be. Congratulations and happy celebrations. Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry. We will now proceed with the awarding of an honorary degree to Mr. Norman Fournier, Hospital Administrator, Community Leader, and member of the UMFK class of 1967. Mr. Norman Fournier, Hospital Administrator, Community Leader, Chair of numerous public boards and advisory committees, you have dedicated your life to serving this region and the state of Maine as a superb administrator, an exceptionally active and outstanding member and leader of countless boards and committees. Born and raised in Wallagrass, you graduated from Fort Kent Community High School and this university and completed additional graduate work at the University of Maine. From 1969 through 1970, you served in the United States Army, including 1 year in the Republic of South Vietnam during that conflict. You currently head the Fish River Rural Health Organization, directing the operation of a $2 million nonprofit healthcare corporation. Prior to this position, you served in various positions, including Director and Executive Director of the Aroostook County Action Program and Head Start Program, and you now serve as a County Commissioner for Aroostook County. Over the years, you have served on and frequently led an extraordinary number of key community educational and healthcare boards, advisory committees, and task forces, many as a gubernatorial appointee spanning many administrations over a number of decades. In the process, you have established a singular statewide reputation as a strong, wise, and honest leader and advocate for the public good throughout the state of Maine. You are an outstanding problem solver and fierce advocate for the good of the people of this region and of all of Maine. A consistent mission of this institution has been to prepare educators, business people, and community leaders to serve the people of Maine. You stand out as an extraordinary example of an individual who has lived that mission, and this institution and all those who work here take enormous pride in all that you have accomplished. In recognition of your very successful career as an administrator, a wise advisor, and a trusted advocate for the public good, demonstrated through a lifetime of professional and public service, and upon the recommendation of the Board of Visitors and the President of the University of Maine at Fort Kent, the Board of Trustees of the University of Maine System is pleased to award, and the President of the University of Maine at Fort Kent to confer the degree of Humane Letters honoris causa with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Take a moment and read this legislative sentiment. Be it known to all that we, the members of the Senate and the House of Representatives, join in recognizing Norman Fournier of Wallagrass on the occasion of his receiving an honorary degree from the University of Maine at Fort Kent. Mr. Fournier is the Executive Director of Fish River Rural Health in Eagle Lake, a nonprofit healthcare corporation. He has extensive experience and training in healthcare operations. He was appointed by Governor John E. Baldacci as a member of the Maine Job Council. He's been active in numerous professional organizations and is a recipient of the 2002 Community Action Partner Award, the 1999 Community Recognition Award, and the 1997 Community Service Award from the University of Maine at Fort Kent. We send him our congratulations on his receiving this well-deserved honorary degree for his extensive work throughout the years, and be it ordered that this official expression of sentiment be sent forthwith on behalf of the 123rd Legislature and the people of the state of Maine. It is signed by Senate President Beth Edmonds, Speaker of the House Glenn Cummings, and I please present it to you. Dr. Fournier, you have indeed served the people of the Valley, Aroostook County, and the state of Maine with wisdom, patience, and extraordinary dedication for many years. It is a great personal pleasure for me to introduce to you Dr. Norman Fournier.
Take a breather here. Thank you, President Koss, Trustee O'Leary, President Koss, Senator Martin, members of the Platform Party, faculty and staff, families and friends of the graduates, and the graduating class of 2007. Good afternoon. Georgie Jessel, a great philosopher, said, "The human brain is a wonderful thing. It starts working the moment you are born and never stops until you stand up to speak in public." Soon-to-be graduates, wipe that smile off your face. You don't get off that easy. First, I want to thank the University of Maine System and UMFK for awarding me this honorary degree today. It is quite an honor you have bestowed on me. It is a very humbling experience, but much appreciated. Looking around this afternoon, I know that there are many of you here that are as deserving. However, I am honored and I accept it with emotion and gratitude. For me, this is a dream come to fruition. 40 years ago, as a member of the class of 1967, I was sitting where the class of 2007 is sitting today. By the way, it's a 500% increase. We were a class of 60 students, and this class has 301 students. Quite an increase in 40 years. At that time, back in 1967, I had decided to go to graduate school and try to earn a PhD in history. I was hoping to someday teach at a small college. However, as we all know, life can take different turns, and so much of what we do is constrained by events and unforeseeable circumstances. 40 years later, my dream of attaining that degree has become a reality. Probably some in the audience would say, "It took you long enough, Fournier." My reply is, I'm just a late bloomer. As most of you know, this campus is an integral part of the community. Over the years, it has given thousands and thousands of students, many of them Franco-Americans like myself, an opportunity to receive a college education. I am a graduate of UMFK, and I'm forever grateful for the quality education that this institution has provided me. A quality education that has served me well throughout my life. This afternoon, I want to share a little about myself and a few of my experiences so that you, the class of 2007, can have hope and self-confidence in yourself and know that because of UMFK, you are well prepared to face future challenges. I was born the son of a small potato farmer from the St. John Valley with very limited income. There is no doubt in my mind that I am one of those individuals that would not have received a college education if not for UMFK. When I enrolled here in the summer of 1963, I came in contact with an individual who was starting his teaching career, the late Professor Roger Grindle. He became my mentor in the field of academics and was a role model who had a tremendous impact on my life. His commitment to teaching and his kind words of encouragement were the driving force for me during my early educational career. I would not have attended graduate school if it had not been for this man. Professor, I remember how reluctant I was to even apply for graduate school, never mind attend. Professor Grindle sat down with me and provided encouragement and built my self-confidence by often repeating, "You can compete with any of them, regardless where they are from." You know, he was right. I did 2 years of graduate school in Orono. I was able to compete. I was able to compete because of the sound foundation that I received while at UMFK from its dedicated faculty. Class of 2007, I know you will boast of similar experiences because UMFK continues to attract faculty who reach out to students and take an active interest in them. I know that throughout your life, you will rely on and appreciate the education, the support, and the friendships you have experienced at UMFK. As you've figured out by now, I never completed all the requirements for a PhD back in the late 60s. I was drafted in the Army before that occurred. It almost seems that history is repeating itself. 40 years ago, the Vietnam War was as unpopular as the conflict in Iraq is today. Instead of a volunteer army, we had the draft. Because Uncle Sam was short of personnel, drafting people out of graduate school was the norm. I found myself in an infantry unit in Vietnam that had many doctoral candidates like myself. It was in Vietnam that I again experienced pride on how well this little college on the St. John River had prepared me. One night in the spring of 1970, sitting in a rice paddy in the swamps of the Mekong Delta, 3 other doctoral candidates in history and I engaged in a discussion on a historical event. We were from different parts of the country. One had attended UCLA, another the University of Texas, and the third the University of Missouri. It's been so long that I cannot remember the exact discussion, but I do remember that I was holding my own in this sometimes heated debate. As we used to say in the rice paddies of the Delta, I was kicking butt, at least education-wise. After a while, my counterpart from the University of Texas asked, "Where did you get your education and such knowledge of history?" I answered, "At the University of Maine in Fort Kent, of course." His response was, "Is that comparable to Harvard?" It brought a smile to my face, and I thought it sounded about right. Believe me, class of 2007, you will have similar experiences to show off the excellent education you have received here. After returning from Vietnam, I did not go back and complete the necessary degree requirements. My life took a different direction. I never did teach, as I had assumed I would, but I did learn to appreciate the St. John Valley area and UMFK more and more as time went on. A number of years ago, I was privileged to chair the Maine Commission on Higher Education and Governance. The commission had been appointed by Governor King and the legislature to look at issues of higher education such as governance, mission, roles, and structure of campuses. I was fortunate enough to see the Valley, and in particular, UMFK, through the eyes of a stranger. We had been deliberating for about 6 months, and the topic of consolidating the small campuses was a hot issue. A fellow commissioner, a stockbroker with Putnam Investments in Boston, made the following comment to me during a break at one of our meetings. "Now I know why you are such a supporter of UMFK." I looked at him in puzzlement because we had not visited any of the campuses. He continued, "The people up there are so friendly, caring, and what a learning atmosphere." He went on to tell me that during the month, on his own initiative, he had gotten up early one morning and driven from Boston to Fort Kent. He spent the day talking to faculty, to staff, and students on campus, and to people in the community, never identifying himself. We, meeting the university family, had made a believer out of him. In that short time, he understood how special and precious UMFK and the Valley are to a lot of us. Class of 2007, you know and I know we have a gem here. And I ask that you continue to cherish the place with all your strength. I would like to leave you, the class of 2007, with a few parting comments. I heard it said once, opportunities do not come to those who wait. They are captured by those who go out and look for them, who are ready to take advantage of them, and those who are courageous enough to take the chances. I say to you, above all, keep trying. You have all received a wealth of possibilities through your education at UMFK. Some of you may not have yet decided on your goals in life. When you do, all of us here dare you to aim at something that is worthy of the best that is in you. A successful person is never done learning, so we dare you to keep learning. It is crucial that each and every one of you cherish your dreams and never give up on either them or yourself. Keep in mind, it took me 40 years to get this degree I received today. March to your own drum and try for the impossible. It's all about a good attitude and giving your all every day. It's the attitude that says, maybe someone can outsmart me, but I will outwork him or her. It is now up to you to get out there and make things happen. As the old saying goes, life is probably 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. The following quote from Colin Powell in his book, My American Journey, best sums it up. There are no secrets to success. Don't waste time looking for them. Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, loyalty to those for whom you work, and persistence. In conclusion, isn't that a wonderful word, graduates? Class of 2007, you are entering a busy world where things will be hectic on a daily basis. I ask just one thing of you. Please make time for your family, your friends, and the people that have helped you along the way. It is so easy to just let those relationships go by. Don't throw away some of the most memorable times in your life by forgetting those people that have helped make you who you are today. They are your support team, your lifeline. Use them. Everyone needs support at some time in his or her life. Also remember, you have been given the foundation to compete with anyone, no matter where they're from. You have received a quality education. Go out and put it to good use. I hope that 40 years from now, one of you will be as fortunate as I am today to be standing at this podium addressing the UMFK class of 2047. Good luck and thank you.
Anita, thank you for coming.
Now, I get a few moments to just share a couple of thoughts, and I want to share some thoughts about the meaning of values with this class. I grew up during World War II and the subsequent Cold War, and in terms of education and civil rights and equal rights, this was a period of intense social churning and ultimately amazing progress. It was a time in which we needed the skills and abilities of all of our people, all races, all ethnic backgrounds and genders, in order to prevail against the Axis powers and ultimately the communist bloc. urgent national defense needs, initiated sweeping social agenda for change. During that period, we discovered how strong we could be as a free people and how powerful this country could become by valuing and harnessing all of the diverse talents, skills, and experiences of all of the people in this land to the task at hand. The key word here is the inclusive all. And at the same time, something really wonderful happened. We prospered as a nation as never before. The economy boomed, and everyone came to expect and achieved a much better lifestyle than that of their parents. Today, I fear that our nation is neglecting the very values that made us strong and effective. Core values of mutual respect, equality, toleration, human dignity, all in a free society, have been neglected and indeed may be deteriorating badly. In short, I worry that we are losing the very values that made us great. And beyond that, I am concerned that some may not understand that the equation only operates in one direction. That is, the values of this free society and the strength that came from our diversity made us great and powerful nation during the last century. But simply being powerful does not, in turn, necessarily generate good values. The values must come first. Further, if we believe that we can set our values aside when we think it is expedient or when we don't like where they would lead us, then perhaps we truly do not understand what values are all about. Now, why am I bringing these concerns to this very happy occasion, one which marks a completion for you of this important next step in your careers? I do so to underscore the importance of values in your life, important to you as individuals and important to all of us collectively as members of society. The values you choose define who you are and will give meaning to your life. Values make life noble and whole. I encourage you to value life in all of its wonderful dimensions and to value people more than anything. Each of you will be responsible for preserving, protecting, and promoting the values you hold most important in your lives. Those values should guide you in everything you undertake. Those values will differ for every single one of us in this room, and that is as it should be. I challenge you to think hard about what you value most, to live your values, and to model your values consistently, which is, by the way, the most effective way, perhaps the only way, to communicate those values to others. Hold tightly to your values and live by them daily. You are a wonderful class, and I wish every one of you the very best as you go forward. Remember that the T-shirt with the stick figure on it does have it right. Life is good, very good indeed. I am now pleased to call upon Dr. Rachel Albert, Vice President for Academic Affairs, to present the graduating class.
Will the candidates for degrees please rise? Mr. President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled all of the requirements prescribed by the faculty and the Board of Trustees for their respective degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I now present them to you and request that you admit them to their degrees.
Will the candidates for the degrees please come forward? For the degree of Associate of Arts in Business, Melissa Ray Bragdon. Brenda M. Collins. Matthew Philip Doucette. Elaine Teresa Pelletier. Karan Savita Simpson, B.S. The Associate of Arts in Criminal Justice, Jason Albert. Catherine Elizabeth Burke Saucier. Troy James Garrett. In General Studies, Paul J. Burby. In Human Services, Shannon Burby, A.A. Maria Louise Reynolds. The Associate of Science in Forest Technology, Andrew Wayne Brown, Student Senate. Jason P. Desjardins, North American Forest Technician Honorary. Dustin Desjardins. Christopher Thomas Houston, North American Forest Technician Honorary. Kelly Marie Luigi, North American Forest Technician Honorary. Scott Charette Stevens. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, English, Lisa M. Levois, summa cum laude. Haley G. Morin, magna cum laude. The degree of Bachelor of Science in Behavioral Science, Lauriane Bélanger Boutot. Andrea Kaur, summa cum laude. Tracy L. Daigle, AA. Tracy Kuhuri. Kelsey Lynn Hebert. Allison M. Lutz, Kappa Delta Phi, NAS. Michaela E. McGowan. Amber L. Netto. Francis O'Hare, AA, Omicron PSI, summa cum laude. Tara Jean Pelletier, AA. In biology, Heather Anna Anderson, magna cum laude. Jules B. Bodo, Student Senate. Melanie M. Sear, cum laude. Sonia L. Doucette, magna cum laude. Michael Smith, cum laude. Queen Victoria Nakateta, magna cum laude, Student Senate. In business, Matthew Lee Bard. David A. Dupre. Seth Kimball Hanley Frazier, cum laude, Student Senate. David Ryan Guerra. Jesse L. Gelbert, AS. Amy Lynn Kakuk. Dana Michelle Lemon, cum laude. Dustin Ben Netto, magna cum laude. Brian Richard Stoliker, AA, cum laude. Scott Ian Wright, Kappa Delta Phi. In computer applications, Carolyn Daigle. Mitchell Daigle, summa cum laude. Douglas M. Morin, cum laude. In educational studies, Jeffrey Donald Kinney, cum laude. In electronic commerce, Donatus Shumaila, magna cum laude, Student Senate. In elementary education, Jennifer Brooke Gagney, cum laude. Tracy Ann Gervais, magna cum laude. Rebecca N. Susi, magna cum laude. In French, Kelsey D. Landre, cum laude. Public Safety Administration, Spencer N. Caron, A.S. Vaughn Murray Taggett, A.A., magna cum laude, Kappa Delta Phi. Kevin Ross Terrio, A.A. In secondary education, Christopher Lewis Sear, cum laude. In social science, Marciana Jenny Cromwell, magna cum laude. Kelly A. Thibodeau. Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies, Megan N. Corriveau. Patrick E. Emery, summa cum laude. Cody M. Grivois. Justin M. Gibson, magna cum laude. Sally Ann Quinn, Kappa Delta Phi, NAS. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Shelley Renee Blier, cum laude. Tracy Caron. Jose D. Chamberlain, magna cum laude, Nursing Honor Society. Sherry Lynn Clavette, Nursing Honor Society, Student Senate. Rebecca Y. Gagner. Kim Marie Hafford, cum laude. Ronald C. Jones, magna cum laude, Nursing Honor Society, Kappa Delta Phi. Jennifer Lee L'Italien, cum laude, Nursing Honor Society. Jessica Lee L'Italien. Jill Maureen McKinnon. Chelsea Dawn Morin. Dora Esther Pelkey, magna cum laude. Glenn Allen Pelletier. Natalie Pelletier, magna cum laude, Nursing Honor Society. Donna Marie Picard, magna cum laude, Nursing Honor Society. Brenda J. West, BSBU. Wendy M. Sirwa, Nursing Honor Society. Carla Ray Sullivan, magna cum laude, Nursing Honor Society. Betsy Lee Taggett. Tracy Ann Weatherhead, magna cum laude. Stacy Lynn Wood, cum laude. The Bachelor of University Studies for Educational Studies, Amy Marie Hebert. Anna Louise Long. In elementary education, Lauren Emily Barrett. Alexis Rachel Boutier. Angela Renata Bugden. Krista Mary Buot. Daniel John Campbell. Pamela Marie Corbett. Stephen D. Jensa. Jonathan Michael Greenwood. Leslie Marie Hambleton. Andra D. Hanham. Jennifer Darlene Hardy. Marie Margaret Haynes. Christy Lynn Howie. Jason R. Hunter. Timothy Mark Kunz, cum laude. Emily Margaret Landry. Ian Mark Langley. Nancy Guthrow Macaulay, cum laude. William Nicholas McDonald. Ashley Marie McMillan. Jennifer Lynn McCarthy. Olivia Lynn Milligan. Lisa Marie Noggle, cum laude. Lisa Marie Pembroke. Katharina Procopio. Miranda Ann Raymond. Jennifer Roach. Jenny Ross. Danette V. Sparrow. Michael William Turner. Jim Vallis, cum laude. Alana Marie White. Lori Ann White. Jana Michelle Young. In secondary education, Kevin John Anderson, magna cum laude. Holly Betts. Sharon Danielle Kahn. Stephanie Lynn Downey. Brian Edward Drake. Darren Wilfred Frazier. Robin Gale Catherine Gilbert. Alexander Ignatius Grace. Drew Heyman, cum laude. Matthew Ronald Kennedy. Sean Austin Langlois. Jason Keith Russell. Peter K. Stone. Scott Clinton Swindell. Kathy L. Terrio, magna cum laude. D.R. Christopher Walker. Kayla Michelle Wexler, magna cum laude. Lisa M. And for University Studies, Lisa M. Bradford, Kappa Delta Phi, NAS. Michael Thomas Gonier, AA. Krishnan Padmanabhan. Ronald G. Tardif, cum laude.
Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby admit you to the degrees of Associate of Arts, Associate of Science in Forest Technology, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of University Studies, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and Bachelor of Science in Environmental Studies, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. I welcome you to the International Company of Educated Men and Women, and I enjoin you to wear your learning with modesty and to employ it always in the service of humanity. Signifying your possession of a university degree, you may now turn your tassels to the left. Congratulations to the class of 2007. We're going to miss you. This has been another extraordinary year for this university. Graduates, you may be seated. This year, UMFK continued to achieve record enrollments, signifying the real importance of small regional public universities to the people of Maine. We were once again named one of the best colleges in the Northeast by the Princeton Review. Our education program was reaccredited by the state of Maine, and we hosted a visiting team from the International Assembly for Collegiate Business Education as an important step closer to professional accreditation for our business management, computer applications, electronic commerce, and rural public safety administration programs. And we will, through the University of Maine system, be offering a master's program in education on this campus this coming fall. But to you, our graduates, without question, the most important thing we did this year was to support you in that final sprint to your degrees. Please know that we have done so joyfully and with great pride in you. You have been a great class, and you will do well. Scott Bozin, may I ask you to please lead us in the UMFK alma mater. The words will be found on the inside back cover of your program today. Please rise.
A beacon for two nations, our alma mater stands among clear flowing rivers, all blessed by nature's hand. Bright daughter of Acadia, true friend to woman and man, she calls our hearts, our spirits, to serve all life, all lands. Patog la vie est belle, come sing the sweet refrain that calls back sunlit memories of lessons learned in Maine, that calls back sunlit memories of winter's turn to spring. May green and gold stay in our hearts forever, UMFK.
Please remain standing following the benediction. Please continue to remain standing until the faculty, guests, and graduates have left the hall, after which I hope you will join us at a reception immediately following the ceremony under the tents in the parking area directly behind us, behind St. David House, adjacent to the Sports Center complex. This area will be directly in front of you as you follow us out of the door to greet your graduates.
Let us pray. Dear Lord, today is a day of joy and celebration, and we give you thanks for it. We give you thanks today for our graduates from the class of 2007, as they represent the future of our human community. We give you too thanks for their parents and their professors and all who have guided them over the course of the years and have helped to prepare them for this day. We pray for a blessing upon our graduates today. We pray that their lives may be filled with abundance. We pray that their lives may always be filled with wisdom as well as knowledge. We pray that they will always be devoted members of the human community, using their knowledge and their skills for the common good. And now we go forth into the world with excitement and joy and hope for the future, dedicated always to creating a new and a better world. We ask your blessing, and we say, Amen.